In a kingdom where disobedience could cost you everything, one princess broke the rules, but was rewarded instead. A wedding so lavish it stunned the Arab world. A celebration so grand it rivaled the weddings of kings. But behind the glitter and gold lies a deeper story and of sacrifice, loyalty, and the price of obedience. Why did Sheikh Mohammed give his daughter the most expensive wedding ever and let her flaunt it publicly? And why do some whisper that Sheikha Mahra is not just a princess, but the wrong wife? Stay until the end, because this story reveals the hidden side of Dubai's royal family you were never meant to see. Let's dive in. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, a man revered for transforming a desert into a global empire, but also feared for his ruthlessness, especially toward his own family. Runaways, betrayals, scandals. Several wives and daughters tried to flee, only to be dragged back by force. But not all of his children lived under the shadow of fear. Some, like Sheikha Mahra, were given everything, but as you'll see, it came at a price. Sheikha Mahra, often called the jewel of the Al Maktoum family. In 2020, she was crowned one of the top 10 most beautiful Muslim women in the world by the prestigious Phil Gap magazine. Her stunning beauty, a perfect blend of Arab, Greek, and Polish bloodline. Her mother, Zoe Grigorakos, came from the rugged province of Sparta in Greece and carried Polish heritage too, a rare combination that gave Mahra her unforgettable look. But even Mahra's very existence was wrapped in controversy. The story goes like this. In 1993, Sheikh Mohammed entered a secretive misyar marriage with Zoe. A misyar marriage, permitted for travelers under Islamic law, allowed Mohammed to marry Zoe without long-term obligations. No palace, no formal title, no public acknowledgement. It was, in essence, a contract of convenience. Zoe agreed. And from that union, in the winter of 1994, a daughter was born, Christina. For years, Christina lived quietly in London, far from the spotlight. Her mother, Zoe, was given a $90 million settlement, enough to raise her daughter in wealth, yet away from royal court intrigues. But when Christina turned 16, a message came from Dubai that would change her life forever. Her father had an offer, one that could never be made twice. The terms were simple and brutal. Christina had to renounce everything: her Christian faith, her European lifestyle, her name, her past, her identity. In return, wealth beyond imagination, a royal title, a place in one of the world's most powerful families. The price? Complete obedience. What would you have done? Christina chose to surrender. She moved to Dubai. She converted to Islam. She changed her name to Mahra and became Sheikha Mahra, Princess of Dubai. Her European wardrobe vanished, replaced with flowing, jewel-encrusted abayas. She adorned herself in traditional Middle Eastern elegance, but kept a rebellious edge. Unlike her more traditional sisters, Mahra wasn't afraid to show her hair in public or post glamorous photos on Instagram. Through these subtle rebellions, Mahra signaled something powerful. I obeyed, but I am not invisible. And perhaps Sheikh Mohammed, recognizing her loyalty, decided to reward her in a way no daughter before her had ever been rewarded. In 2023, the reward came. Sheikh Mohammed arranged for Mahra to marry Sheikh Mana Al Maktoum, a wealthy relative from Dubai's royal house. Sheikh Mana was the perfect match: smart, handsome, owner of sprawling trading, tech, and real estate empires, a prince for a princess, but this was no ordinary wedding. This was a statement. The celebrations began with the Al-Kitab ceremony, a solemn Muslim ritual where the bride and groom swear on the Quran to honor each other. The ceremony was dignified, sacred, but it was only the beginning. Then came the spectacle. Dubai's World Trade Center was transformed into a shimmering palace. Thousands of guests, dignitaries, aristocrats, celebrities gathered under a golden canopy of flowers and lights. And then Mahra appeared. Dressed in a custom Ezra couture gown, her dress seemed to glow under the chandeliers. The fabric, heavy with lace and hand-stitched rhinestones, swept behind her like a silver river. Her veil, sheer and endless, floated in the air like a dream. Yet, Mahra wore surprisingly little jewelry, just a diamond watch, bracelet, necklace, hairpins, and simple gold rings. Elegant, understated, royal. Her husband, Sheikh Mahra, stood tall in traditional Emirati attire, a vision of nobility. Together, they were breathtaking. The crowd gasped. A real-life fairy tale, crafted not by Disney but by dynasties older than time. But one detail struck observers immediately. In every publicly released photo, only Mahra, Mana, and her mother Zoe were visible. None of the guests, no politicians, no celebrities, no royals. Why? Some whisper that Sheikh Mohammed wanted to protect his powerful guests, many of whom feared public backlash for attending. After all, Sheikh Mohammed's name had been dragged through scandal after his controversial divorce from Princess Haya, who fled Dubai citing abuse and control. Publicly celebrating his daughter's wedding might have been seen as insensitive, or worse, as political provocation. Others suggest something even darker, that many royal families, especially European ones, refused to be publicly linked to Dubai's ruler after the scandals. Still, inside the hall, the celebration was unlike anything seen in Dubai for decades. The tables groaned under golden platters of food. A 3-meter wedding cake was cut with a ceremonial Arabian saber. Mahra and Mana danced, laughed, toasted. It was a night etched in history, a wedding for the obedient daughter, a reward for loyalty. Many compared Mahra's wedding to that of Jordan's Crown Prince Al Hussein and Rajwa Al Saif, whose celebration was broadcast across global television. But in terms of luxury, opulence, and private prestige, Mahra's wedding matched, if not surpassed, it. After the wedding, Sheikha Mahra continued to live differently from her sisters. She was frequently seen dining with her husband at Dubai's elite restaurants, riding horses at private clubs, even firing guns together at luxurious shooting ranges. A public life, a happy life, the life of a favorite. Meanwhile, her half-sisters, like Latifa and Shamsa, remained largely invisible. Their fates, after their own attempts at freedom, starkly contrasted with Mahra's glittering life. The message could not be clearer. Obedient daughters are rewarded. Rebellious daughters vanish. Some call Mahra the wrong wife. Why? Because in trading her freedom for fortune, she blurred the line between daughter and dynastic pawn. Was it a betrayal of self, or simply a brilliant survival move? Today, Sheikha Mahra lives surrounded by unimaginable luxury. But her story forces an uncomfortable question. When everything is given to you, at the cost of your past, your identity, your beliefs, is it still a gift? Or is it a gilded cage? One thing is certain, Sheikh Mohammed's treatment of Mahra, the daughter who surrendered, conformed, obeyed, sends a loud message across Dubai's golden towers. Loyalty is rewarded, and disobedience is crushed. What do you think? Was Mahra's choice a sacrifice worth making, or the ultimate price for living in a golden palace? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this story fascinated you, smash that like button and subscribe for more hidden royal stories you'll never find in the history books, because behind every diamond-studded celebration, there's always a story the world wasn't supposed to hear. See you soon.